Hi, everyone. Welcome to Drink of Thrones, a show where we discuss everything Thrones.
And of course, we drink while doing it.
My name is Jasmine.
And I'm Louie.
And if you're 21 and over and joining us for today's drinking game,
go ahead and drink until you end up like Viserys after drinking milk of the poppy for the better part of a decade.
And our word for the day today will be Viserys.
That's right. Today's game is a little different. It won't be trivia. Today's game is interactive. So anytime you hear us say the word Viserys, you have to take a drink. And we're going to try to catch each other saying the word Viserys. And when we do, we're going to go ahead and ask Tyrion to let us know by hearing this.
It's not easy being drunk all the time.
It sure isn't, Tyrion.
Thanks, Tyrion. All right, so let's get into episode 8.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Tides.
The Lord of the Tides.
The good old
I said I wasn't going to say it
I
like
know.
that, and I broke my promise.
I know. I felt that. So did everyone else.
Yeah. So
it starts
it starts
pretty much with Rhaenys at the throne, right?
Yes. By the way, I'm not
Driftmark.
impressed with that throne. Can I say that? I was looking at that throne. You liked it, of course.
Well, no, it's interesting because I just heard something about like that throne was
Yeah.
supposedly given by Corlys, and by the Sea Witch or something.
Oh, okay.
Like it's enchanted.
It was given to Corlys by the Sea Witch?
It was either like made by the Sea Witch or given to him by like a Sea
Look,
Witch from the
if it
Narrow
was-
Sea.
If it was made by the Sea Witch, I am not impressed.
The point is, it's enchanted, Segun, and they say maybe that's why the Valerians have had such bad luck.
Okay, but then get rid of it.
Well, they don't know, or I don't know.
Hit up IKEA. I don't know. Figure it out. Get a new throne.
I'm just that's all. I just literally heard that. I don't know
Anyways,
if it's true. If anybody does know, I would.
I wasn't impressed by it, but
I like the old sea look.
it could be a little better.
You know.
But
boho
anyways,
chic.
we're getting off track here.
Yeah.
They have a shitty throne. You think it's cool.
Okay.
No. You like it. I dislike it. Is what I'm saying. Vaemon. That's right.
Vaymond.
Vaemon.
Like Raymond, but with Vay.
Yeah. Vaemon. He's pleading his case with Rhaenys that Corlys has suffered an
injury. Yeah.
an injury that can potentially kill him, and he's fighting for his life at this time. He's burning from within.
Yeah. That's
That's how I
literally
feel after eating Mexican food sometimes.
Yeah, the drama.
Yeah. Oh no! Somebody who's gonna take my throne. I didn't write a will.
Yeah.
I ate too much salsa.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, and then
obviously there's some sort of dispute there with Rhaenys having her grandkids, and that she wants.
Yeah, as well, and also, I mean, it's interesting to see that Rhaenys is pretty much she's holding precedent. She's like his regent, right?
Yeah.
And then you have one of the daughters.
I think that's a small one.
Daemon and Rhaenyra's.
Yes.
Well, Daemon's, but you know.
Blaina, but I always forget.
Baela.
And the other one's Rhaena. Rhaena's with her dad up in
Okay,
Dragonstone.
so it's Baela who's over there.
Baela's in Driftwood.
Okay.
And I think Rhaena.
Driftmark. No?
Driftmark. Sorry, Driftwood.
That's
I was just thinking of the
that's
throne.
the ugly
And
throne.
the other one's in Dragonstone with her dad. So
Okay, yeah, and they're like she's like a warden too, so like Theon Greyjoy, but like not a hostage.
yeah,
So it's interesting to see where that they're at. But yeah, he's basically getting stake or trying to plead his case to be next in line because he's like, dude, you and I both know they're bastards, and I want a Valerian to hold the seat. This is all we have,
Yeah.
basically.
no, I think he has a good point. Obviously, right? Like everybody knows.
Yeah, he has a good point.
I understand the political part of look. If we do that, we're admitting that they're bastards. Therefore, their claim to the throne, to the Iron Throne for the oldest one.
Yeah, bad
So
for Rhaenyra, but you know, not the worst for the Valerians. Like it makes sense.
Yes, correct. So, in either case, they're not seeing eye to eye. You can tell there's going to be some sort of conflict between Rhaenys and Vaemon in the future if this doesn't get
But
get
who
settled.
has to decide that? Like, who has to decide who gets that title?
All I'm saying is that maybe they should wait for Corlys to either die or not, because he's not dead yet.
No, nobody knows, but I guess it's better to plan ahead, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But what if he survived and this guy got his head chopped out for no goddamn reason?
Oh yeah.
Right?
No, he did. Why are you being such an asshole?
Well, yes,
in front of Daemon.
I guess
that's
the
on
reason
him.
was
He learned a valid lesson.
Yes.
Don't talk shit, or else there's repercussions, or at least not blatantly. Do little whispers like Varys.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so in either case, Rhaenys feels the obligation, right, to send over a note to Dragonstone to let them know that, hey, Vaemon's gonna challenge Jace, or it's not Jace, it's
no, it's Jason Luke.
Yeah, but it's
Jace
Luke. It's Luke's the one that's gonna be.
Luke's the oldest one? I thought
right.
Luke was the smaller one. No, I think it's Jace.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then Jace's claim.
Yeah.
I thought it was Luke, but
okay.
I don't know. It's one of them.
Yeah.
So he's gonna basically.
Oh, Luke is the smaller one. Luke is the one that would be.
Yeah, that's gonna. Okay,
I'm so sorry. I apologize. I thought you meant because I was thinking if by doing that, it would obviously challenge the other one's claim to the throne when he gets older.
No, that's what. I'm saying.
I think we were saying the same thing, but we were misunderstanding each other.
Different names. These kids' names are.
Yeah.
They also use nicknames. It's hard to keep track right now.
Yeah. Also, another Aegon. We'll get to that in a few minutes.
Yes.
But get original, right?
I mean, you know what though? I also did hear that.
Why would you name your kid?
Because they want to piss Allison off.
Oh, that makes sense.
The true Aegon.
If you were Targaryen,
right?
what would you name your kid?
Aegon.
Aegon. No way. That's so cool, man. So creative.
Yeah.
I would name mine. Get it? I mean, ready? I would name my Maluma baby Targaryen.
Yeah.
That's the first, middle, and then the last. And you would have to call him Maluma baby Targaryen.
Everyone knows J Balvin's better, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In either case, they by pleading or by asking to secede the throne.
Yes.
For Vaemon, like they're basically challenging. They're challenging like the claim of Rhaenyra's kids, right? Which is the whole thing. Like they're bastards.
So
basically.
Daemon and Rhaenyra, after reading that letter, and they know that they best get to
step in.
Yeah, to step in. Yeah, to King's Landing, and they do. And when they get there,
and everyone's going, right? Like Vaemon says he's gonna go and plead his case. Then Rhaenys is
it's
like,
a high school reunion party.
I gotta go too. Yeah. So, and at this point, it's been like 6 years.
Yeah.
So
it's always interesting when these people meet again, right? In the last few episodes, because it's been a time jump and a time jump.
Yeah.
And it's always this interaction after not seeing each other for a very long time.
A little fast for my taste, but I understand that I guess like originally HBO didn't want any of this stuff. They just wanted to get straight into the fight. So they kind of had to rush it, or it's like this or nothing.
I'm okay with it. It is a little rushed.
Like I wish there was a little.
And I think the majority of the series is going to be the war.
Well, yeah.
Obviously. So I don't know how long that's going to take, right? How many episodes, how many seasons it's going to take for the story to really be told. But in either case, it does seem a little rushed. But it's, as viewers, we're adapting to, what is it at this point? The 3 different Aegons, right? The little baby Aegon, and then the fucking masturbating Aegon, and now My Chemical Romance Aegon, like very emo out.
Yeah.
And well, anyways, they get to Rhaenyra and Daemon get to King's Landing, and they get Dracarys. By nobody greeting them.
By the high towers, basically. And the
low towers.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's literally no reception. And that happened. I mean, we've seen that's a move too with like how Corlys greeted the other dude.
Yeah.
The king.
Yeah, Viserys, the king, yeah. They don't even.
It's not easy being drunk all the time.
God damn it.
Oh, I tried to coax you into this earlier when I was like, but who chooses? I was acting.
God damn it.
So if you guys heard me If you guys are listening to the podcast on Spotify or Apple,
whatever,
that was me acting.
Okay. So that's one down from me.
We've seen that this is a move that they do basically to like spurn the other person to devalue their status. And it's interesting because they're all pretty high up there.
It's a slap in the face essentially. But then we get a shot at Alicent leading the council meetings now because she's Queen Regent.
Yeah, and prior to that, we get all these kind of shots of the castle looking different,
it has
right?
Changed.
We get these shots of the castle like in a darker cast and with all these like the tones are different from when Rhaenyra was younger and all these stars and
the 7-pointed stars now, right? So it's starting to look more like what we're used to, right, from the last series of Game of Thrones, and last Targaryen banners and the 7-pointed stars, and there's even high tower things up now, which is very strange and suspicious as to what's been going on for the last 6 years.
Can you name all the 7?
The 7, it's Grumpy.
Okay.
Dopey. Oh, my bad. No, I cannot.
No, I can't either. I'm like, I know the mother, the father, the crone, the stranger.
And then the Holy Spirit?
Okay, I didn't think you could, but I can't either.
Absolutely not. You read the books.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alicent's an asshole now.
Well,
a bigger one. She's been an asshole, but she's I think
now she's a religious asshole.
Yeah. Oh, she is.
Yeah. Yeah, brother. That was me being Hulk Hogan.
Why?
Why not?
Okay. I guess so.
I mean, yeah, so now she's a religious asshole.
And they're talking about how, well, I think actually prior to the arrival of Daemon and Rhaenyra, Vaemon makes it there, and he's pleading his case to her and Otto.
Not yet, right? I thought they were just.
No, I thought it was before.
No, I thought they were just discussing it.
Well, they're discussing it. He's not pleading his case, but he's making some sort of deal, I think.
Oh, right? I think you're right. Right.
And
well, he's saying, it would be to your best interest,
and it is.
It is. No,
because then
he's trying to make. Yeah, he's trying to make a deal with them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you somehow make this happen, like we'll support your asses.
And they know it behooves them to.
It definitely behooves them.
Yeah. Oh God.
I had to.
It does behoove them to back Vaemon on his claim.
Anybody but Rhaenyra.
Yes.
The direct opposer, right? Like, and he knows because he made a comment to Rhaenys before that the queen is the one that is in charge right now because Viserys is looking rough. Damn.
It's not easy being drunk all the time.
Damn it.
Yeah. He looks like Swiss cheese now. He went from looking like a potato to Swiss cheese. Who? The only one that looks like Swiss cheese.
Who?
The guy with the giant hole in his face.
I thought I could get you.
No, come on. You just said a drink up already.
I thought I could. Oh, by the way, we're drinking Coronas.
Corona Light because, as you can see, you don't just get this body by drinking all the time. You have to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, also because we had a guest and they left it here, a whole pack of it.
See, I was going to make something up and say because we're talking about the king. He had an epic performance, by the way. Thank you, Patty. Claps all around.
Oh, yes.
But
that's his actual name. The actor's name is Patty. Believe it or not.
I wasn't talking about burgers.
Yeah. Yeah, so then this is so sad when Rhaenyra sees her dad and Daemon sees his brother.
Oh, yeah.
And the difference between...
It's sad, but it's also a little like, oh, like you guys could have been together the whole time.
That's the thing. They love him. They do love him.
They love each other.
And he loves them, yes.
Yeah.
But they don't really express it. But you can tell that the love has always been there, but their ego gets in the way, and they don't particularly they didn't follow the king's instructions, right? So it's sad, but things could have been much better had they cooperated with him, or perhaps had there been some sort of...
Well, that's the thing. Do you think things would have been better had Rhaenyra and Daemon just gotten married when he wanted to marry her? Or would it be like, would this love be lessened because
I think it would have been better. Here's where none of this would have happened, obviously.
Oh, the kids.
If Rhaenyra marries Daemon instead of Laenor.
No bastards.
No bastards. And then if he still names Rhaenyra his heir instead of Daemon, then obviously we see that Daemon's okay with it, because right now the one's up for it is her, and he's not even fighting it. He's like, yeah, he's married to her.
Yeah, he's
so
supporting
he
her.
wasn't going to go against that, I don't think. And then if he names him Hand of the King when he asked him to. Well, he didn't ask him to, but why wouldn't you do it? I would protect you. All of these people, and it's true. They see him as weak, or they're definitely, if they don't see him as weak, they're definitely trying to take advantage of him.
That's true, but then, I mean, Daemon was some type of way before. He's definitely different now than when he first started, right? Defiant. I mean, kind of being an asshole, kind of taking things into his own hands and doing whatever. Like, I think he definitely, I mean, has better interests or more pure intentions with his brother than other people, but I don't know necessarily if he was giving his brother the best advice or advice that he wants to take, because he was very violent with, like, when he took the King's Guard and all that shit too. And that wasn't like the King's vibe.
You're about to say it, huh?
Yeah, I don't think we should be able to say the King either, because that's a cop out.
Okay, we won't say.
Yeah.
So when His Majesty.
Okay.
What?
No,
I'm kidding. I didn't even have anything to say about it. But no,
yeah.
I do think that Daemon's probably one of the most interesting characters, because if not the most interesting one, because one can say, oh, he's a good guy, right? Or a bad one, because he still killed his ex-wife.
Yeah, he's
his ex-wife for no goddamn reason. Well,
yeah. Well,
he had a motive, but
yeah, she was goading him. Because he wasn't going to, and then she was like, I knew you would never do it, or some shit like that. And then he came back, remember?
Mm.
And then, because, like, that's the thing. He's a great character, but we all are. There's never times when we're 100% make the best choice, and vice versa.
I thought we were all good characters.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I am?
But you know what's interesting? Like, remember the first episode, you were like, I don't know about him. And, like,
I still don't know. That's my point.
But I don't know.
I don't know if I'll ever know. I'm serious, because I think he's going to continue to do these things. They're going like, oh, shit, he's more of a protagonist than an antagonist. And then I'm going to switch it, and he's going to do something where he feels more like an antagonist.
Well, now.
And he's very gray, and I like it. You know, I like it. And right for now.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might get annoying later, but as of right now, he's probably. I know you. I'm starting to go on Jasmine's bandwagon with Daemon's the most interesting one. Yeah,
Daemon's the Daemon.
I don't have a sound bite, but I gotta get one.
But yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna.
Why?
Because it got hot in here.
Get another drink if you hear that.
Whoa. Anyways, yeah. So we get into that. So they're meeting for the first time in 6 years. I don't think he's really had a chance to see Daemon and Rhaenyra together. Definitely not his kids. So they do the whole introduction thing, and he's looking rough. Like, they're both sad about it.
Yeah.
Daemon sniffs like a tea that he's begging for because he's in so much pain, and he thinks it's odd that it's like filled with milk of the poppy, which is dangerous. You take too much and you're dead, right?
And then they show that they're two little babies.
So cute.
They're so cute.
Probably the same baby they used for Aegon because it was in the same state.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Just reduce,
change
reuse.
his clothes.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Part his hair from the other side. Nobody will ever know. And their names are Aegon.
Of course.
Okay. And Aegon and Viserys, but it's like if a president...
They want to piss off Alicent, dude. It's
of course.
So great.
But even still, like imagine a president that is young enough to still have a baby. And he has a baby during office.
I can't imagine that.
Hold on. And he has a baby while in office. And he names the baby George Washington. Hey, no.
Well, also, no, how about imagine Louis the 15th?
What do you mean?
Your namesake. There's like 50 Louis that were fucking owning Versailles and all that shit.
I know, but isn't it cooler in this realm when they go first of his name?
Well, it's also tedious, right? It takes 20 hours for them to introduce each other.
Oh yeah, they say everything.
Second of his name.
His favorite color is blue. His favorite brand, the Beatles. And one time he fell 3 times in a year. You know, king, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
But
I just
think
hate it.
It's like makes sense because that's what kings do apparently. Look,
but
I've never been a king yet.
Shut up.
So I don't know what I would do then. But it's really sad.
It's not easy being drunk all the time.
It's retroactive because I said Aegon and Viserys, so I caught myself.
Oh, and you said it again.
God damn it.
It's not easy being drunk all the time.
Okay, but I caught myself. Does it work if I catch myself and then you didn't catch me?
Yeah, you should be honorable.
No. If I...
What do you want to be, a kingslayer? I'm just kidding.
If you didn't catch me, what I'm saying is, do you drink?
No, I think you should still drink.
Okay, I'll do one more.
Unless you want to be like a Christian about it and, No, I guess...
And be all hot? Yes, I'll be a Christian.
Or be all annoying and rat
he's
yourself out. Okay.
Yeah.
And anyways... still a Kristen.
So they talked to the king. Oh, we can't say
You can say it.
Okay. She talks to her dad.
Oh.
She talks to her dad, and then she's also expressing how she's concerned about all this stress, and it's a heavy burden what he did, making her heir, and then she's asking him to.
Back her up.
Back me up, dude. Go up to bat for me. What are you doing? If you really want me to do this.
He also doesn't know. He hasn't been in the council meetings for a sec, right? So he doesn't know what's going on. And
he hasn't even been in this planet for a minute.
So
he's been...
Yeah, he's rough. And she's been filling him in.
And they dress him up all weird now. Now he looks like Mozart.
They dress him up in like woman's clothing, and like, but that's so like demasculating him. Like,
you think that's what it is?
He was such a cutie.
And then we see him getting treated, and he looks so gross.
I do like his mask later on, though.
His what?
His mask.
Oh yeah, his mask. His mask.
Yeah, you can't catch me, man. You should.
Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Phantom of that guy's name.
Yeah, no, his mask is really cool. I will say that. I think it's maybe 2 sizes too big.
Also, there was, I forgot, there's like a movie where they do something on him too, but there's like this one king in history that had they also said he got sick with something and he had to have a mask like that. So I think George R. R. Martin bases his shit off of real history.
You can tell, kind of, right?
Well, yeah, he's not getting it from anywhere. And it was the same thing. Like his family was battling for secession or something, and he was like sick, and he wore a mask, like basically prosthetics, right? Like a mask for cosmetic, and it's similar. But
okay.
but Yeah, so he's like looking rough and it's so
Super rough.
sad. But he got so happy when he said, "Oh, like we named my kid after you."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, a name fit for the king, for a king, you know?"
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Aegons,
A lot of Aegons. There's
but
not
there's
a lot
not
of
a
what?
lot of
Aye. Good try.
Yeah.
So what happens after that? And then we have the actual hearing, I guess, to see who's going to be the Lord of Driftwood.
Well, right before then though, we do have Rhaenys.
Driftmark. I keep saying Driftwood.
I know. Rhaenys and Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
You're drunk, go home.
Yeah. Boo.
Rhaenys and Rhaenyra do have this conversation.
Go back to Driftwood.
Yeah. Back to that ugly chair where you belong.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Hey, you know what? My if I were the Lord of Driftwood.
Oh gosh.
Hold on, dude.
I already
hear me out.
Feel how what this answer is gonna be.
It's not an answer.
Comment.
Okay. My throne chair would be way better than the one from Driftmark.
Well, your butt would be bigger.
It would still be a better chair.
But anyways, they have the conversation again under the Godswood. A lot of shit happens under the Godswood.
Yeah, interesting how that happens, huh?
Yeah, Kristen almost kills himself, which now in hindsight we're like,
damn, it's so close.
I mean, and then in either case, like they have this conversation, and Rhaenyra is trying to strike up a deal with her, and says like, dude, like, I get it. They're questioning our successions. Rhaenys isn't stupid. She's like, you're desperate, and she's like, yeah, but what does it matter? We'll marry. All you want is one of your kids to have Driftmark. And all I want is for I want my kids to be up there. Like, they're already questioning me. So it doesn't matter. Let's marry them off.
Yeah,
and let's both get what we want.
She's trying to make a deal happen. But
it's a good deal.
It's a good deal, but it is a desperate one. But just because it's a desperate one, it doesn't mean it's not
a good one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when she was saying it. I was like, yeah, of course it's desperate, but
well, that's what.
But what are you gonna do? Like,
right?
it's either your grandkids or your soon to be dead, I think, husband's brother. I don't know, man. It's still a good deal.
Yeah, it's either not what you want or you get what you want in the way that you didn't expect it.
It's just what it is. Chaos is a ladder. That's your ladder right there, dude.
Yeah, life's not ideal, but this is the best shot I think both of us have at this point.
Yeah. I don't know why for a second, and I was telling you as we were watching it that Rhaenyra was gonna all of a sudden appear, and be like, "It's me, Rhaenyra."
No, I think Rhaenyra is
I've been sleeping with guys and sucking dick in the city of Bravos for the better part of 6 years, but I am the one true heir of Driftmark.
Why does it seem like that's not the first time you've said that?
I don't know, because I get it now. I was like, no, because I picture him. I was like, why are you picturing him?
I know, like, why are you picturing him doing?
I don't know.
No, but in general, it's a good deal, and I also think Rhaenyra's long gone. He's doing what he's always wanted to do: see men.
Yeah,
seeing men, see men. I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah, I saw it in your eyes. You were desperation.
I was Rhaenyra, like, but
get me out of here. And I was like, nope, you do it.
I'm like, no, I don't know. So it ends up to where also I'm feeling the
Corona
I'm feeling
lights?
the crown.
Oh, okay.
The Corona lights.
Yeah.
So we end up at that point unambiguous. We don't really know what Rhaenys is doing, which is a nice touch, man.
Yeah.
And then we get to the trial and
before the trial, we get a quick glance at the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now they're all grown up. They're young adults, right? And one of them is
Aemon looks older than Daemon.
Yeah, somehow. They all look like adolescent, except for Aemon. Now he looks like he's 48.
Yeah.
And, but we see, for whatever reason, Jace and Luke are just...
Well, they do look small.
I don't like it.
Like,
I understand it, but their dad was supposed to be the strongest man in Westeros.
Well, his last name was Strong.
Exactly. And they just are so wimpy.
Yeah, but look at...
And now they're being raised but arguably the biggest badass in Westeros. Daemon is not somebody that I think would baby anybody.
But I don't think they're being babied. Like, you know what though? Because we see different aspects of the kids, right? We see Aemon doing all these badass moves, fighting with Kristen.
Yeah,
So,
and he has an eye patch.
well, yeah,
That's just your cool level. It gets just a little higher with an eye patch.
no, that's true. For whatever reason, it's true. But well, in movies, because in real life, if you have an eye patch,
Al will not stop staring and pointing at you.
well, it's not
I'm
as
just gonna say that.
cool.
Not as cool, more creepy. Like,
That's what I'm saying, which is
I can see
interesting.
the guy with the
Interesting,
eye patch.
right?
What year is this, dude?
Because it's like, if anyone plays Dynasty Warriors out
Yeah.
there, I used to play that, and like, I used to choose the guy with the eye patch
Why?
because he was cool.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're right in
Yeah.
stuff, but why not in life?
Wow, you think I'm right?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard you say
it's
that.
recorded.
Yeah.
So,
Um.
new ringtone alert. No, just kidding. But anyways, yeah. So, but you know what, dude? Like, obviously, he spends a lot of time with Kristen,
Okay.
right? He's not spending a lot of time with his dad.
Oh, and doing what?
And what's Kristen? That's what I'm
Dying?
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Hey,
Kristen,
Dad, you want to hang out and die together? I don't think so.
Kristen probably takes more of an interest in him, right? So it kind of makes sense that he's kind of more of a badass warrior. And then you have Jace, who, when we first see him in the time jump or in this new time jump, like, he's learning Valerian, and he's like, oh, well, a good king needs to know all of this stuff. He's learning the history of Aegon the Conqueror. So, I mean, one person I think is thinking more brains and more like intellect and strategy and like how to get to the people, and the other one's thinking like, I have to be a warrior because there's gonna be a war coming on, right?
Yeah, one is being realistic.
Yeah, and then the other kid's Luke's just being like, oh,
Get out of my room, Mom.
you're ruining my life. No, he's not even being like that, but
No,
whatever.
but the
He's
energy,
just little.
But the energy is there.
He's just little.
Um,
And Aegon's being like, the douchebag. Well,
starting the Me Too movement in Westeros, Aegon Targaryen.
for whatever reason, he's like more of a douchebag now than before. Because now he's like raping servant girls.
If your mom has seen you naked,
we've seen
post 13 years old, obviously, because they see you naked at the beginning of your life, but post 13. If your mom has seen you naked more than
12
once,
and 11 is acceptable.
I mean, it's
Actually,
not. But
you know
I'm
what?
saying
I can't judge. Whatever.
But,
Do you? Kids.
but what I'm saying with him, I don't even know if those are the only. There's been two time jumps in every single one.
We've seen 2 butt cheeks.
Yeah,
4
butt cheeks, and they're all Aegons.
And I saw hair on the last one.
Yeah, everybody did, baby.
But did you? Well, some people didn't really look. It was in there.
How do you know they didn't look?
I hope you did.
Okay, they probably did.
I hope you guys did. Let me know if you guys did.
Did you say I Pope? You did, huh?
Did I?
Yeah, I could have sworn you said I Pope. You guys did.
I priest.
And
No, just kidding.
the Pope.
The Pope. Or if you watch Scandal, Pope.
I never seen it. But,
Well, that's a scandal in its own.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's like a douchebag, and he does look like the guy from My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. His name's Gerard, and yes, he does.
Okay, well, that guy.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of more assholey than the other kids, but the other kids are more like, they definitely look weaker than them. And then once we kind of get that little intro, we do go into like what everyone's there for.
Mm-hmm.
The trial, right? Or the hearing.
The hearing, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but they're there for that.
They're pleading their case for next in line for secession for Corlys.
Mm-hmm. So first at bat is Vaemon. And was it Vaemon or Rhaenys? No. Who plays the kid?
I think it's Vaemon first, but yeah. I don't remember if like the dramatic entrance comes before or after.
No, it's after, I think.
Okay, so I think it starts off with Vaemon because right now the claim is it's set, right? But I think he's giving his speech, and Alicent and Otto sitting in the, because I remember seeing that Otto sitting in the on the throne.
On the throne, yes.
And then while Vaemon is pleading his case,
and he sits. Can I just say something about that?
He's so annoying, like on the edge.
Yes, he sits on it sideways and just like, am I really sitting on it?
And his hair looks so
You
fucking
tell me.
bad.
He's like this. Like this. Yes. And then he's just like being all assholey about it.
So just on the edge.
On the edge, like with one shoulder more in front of the other.
With terrible hair. His hair got worse, right?
It didn't get better.
Well, last time you were like, it looks the same. This time it got shaggier.
I feel like it takes more work to look awful like that.
Yeah, it's like they got 2 hours for this.
Like, yeah, there's no electrical sockets there, but if there were, I was like, I think he's fucking getting a fork and like sticking it in and getting his hair that
production way. Behind the scenes is grabbing a balloon and just
and
just rubbing it up against his head.
You're good to go. Action.
Yeah. Auto camera 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's sitting there, and I think at that point, Vaemon thinks it's like, I have a good shot here.
Yeah.
And fucking Viserys comes through like a G with his dragon cane.
He does. He looked with his
and he's like done,
pimp cane.
Done.
Also,
it's not easy being drunk all the time.
Drink.
Fuck.
It took me a while, but you said it.
Man.
Drink it already.
It is hard being drunk.
This episode is brought to you by Corona. Corona Light, to be exact. Okay. So he does enter like a G with his pimp cane and everything. I like this cane, actually.
Yeah, it's like done,
and
done, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and so so he comes in that way, and then everyone's all like...
And by the way, that was next episode by Dre, if you guys didn't get it.
But we'll talk about it on episode 9.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And then, so then it keeps going, and it's like, it takes him like an hour to get to the throne.
Yes. It's almost episode 9 by the time he gets to the throne. It like
hurts, but it's like, it's so epic. And then he tries to sit on the throne all like, with his Phantom of the Opera face.
Yeah, and Daemon has to help him.
Well, Daemon helps him because his crown falls off of his head, which is very telling.
Go on.
But I heard...
Did you see that? Did you hear that accent? Go on.
Terrible accent. You could barely hear it.
That's subjective.
No, it's not. Anybody who has ears... but anyways, that was like I guess that was like a goof, like an accident.
Oh, the crown falling?
Yeah, and then like I guess Matt Smith just picked it up off the ground and then put it on him, and they kept shooting. They didn't stop.
It's a good touch.
It's great.
Also, I went like this.
It's great.
Yuck.
Which what he did was like when a pizza chefs lift their fingers up for everyone listening on audio.
Yeah, when
pizza chefs do like the whenever they finish a pizza, they do the 2 fingers together.
You're doing all fingers together.
Oh, okay, all fingers together.
I would say all fingers together.
Yeah, that's what he did.
You put all your fingers together and then put the fingers pointing up, and then kind of like shake it. You're like, hey.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. What are you asking me for?
Well, you did it.
I only mimic it. I didn't come up with it.
Wool.
Was that well? Because you said wool.
It was wool.
Somebody's been drinking too much because they've been saying
for whatever
forbidden
reason,
name.
I just feel like drunker than normal.
Yeah.
Because you haven't take a shot at the beginning.
No, because you also haven't eaten anything all day.
I'm so thin. I'm just kidding. Everyone eat before you drink. If that's anything I impart on the world, it's eat before you drink.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, yeah. So he comes in, and then that whole thing happens, and then everyone's just in awe. And then Otto and Allison look at each other like, "Shit, I know. I didn't think he could even get up off of that bed." I know. And bad hair and all, he has to get up and get off the chair.
Yeah. Get your ass out of there, dude.
Get your ass. You shouldn't even be in there.
No.
Allison, that's even better.
She doesn't even go here.
Yeah.
That was what somebody should have said to Otto.
She doesn't even sit here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then he's like, why the hell are we even having these meetings? Because I mean, we already have an heir. Corlys already said like Laenor's son was going to be the heir, and that's next in line. So what the hell are we doing here? And then,
And then Rhaenys steps up, and she says that. And we're like, whoa, Rhaenys.
Yeah, when she says that, we're all like, woo, she made that choice.
As a matter of fact, Princess Rhaenyra said,
he said,
and that she said,
the only person that should have anything to say or has any insight into this is gonna be Rhaenys, right? And then she proceeds to go.
And then she says that, as a matter of fact, she agrees that Luke should be the Lord of.
And we were all like, to see if she was gonna do it or not.
Yeah.
And then and then she does it.
And on top of it, she throws in the what is it, proposition.
She cements that in that her grandkids are gonna get married to her other grandkids.
Well, one of her grandkids, not both of them, is gonna get married to Luke. And that way she still wins in a way where her bloodline is still somehow gonna be.
I think they're both gonna get married to each other. Because then she says eventually their kids will succeed the Iron Throne.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
there you
so
go.
they're both, because then they have the dinner and they're like looking at each other all happy.
That's true.
Yeah, so they're both, basically their families are going to be forever binded through marriage at this point.
And then obviously Vaemon hates this and he starts getting lippy.
Yeah, and he's like.
And then he says, basically, he challenges His Majesty's decision, and then he calls. He calls.
Just say it.
Don't. He calls Rhaenyra's kids bastards. After Daemon said it, after Daemon kind of warned him, and also taunted him, like, go ahead, say it. And he fucking says it, dude. He says bastards. And he turns over to see the king, and the king gets up and pulls out his dagger. I will have your tongue. And by the time he finishes that sentence, yeah.
You can keep your tongue.
Yeah. But.
Or he can keep his tongue.
But the top of the head, you will not.
Yeah. And apparently he needed that to live.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a big shock for me. I didn't know if you got cut from the top of your head and attached to your body, you would die.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so.
But anyways, and then I thought it was odd that like Rhaenys was fucking just dead center watching him get whatever that is.
Well, nobody had any. Honestly, nobody. What are you gonna do? Stop that? It was so quick.
Yeah. And then they tried to disarm him. Good luck. You know?
Yeah, it was fine. Like, whatever. Honestly, one less person fighting over the Driftmark.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Done. Settled.
Yeah. So then that's basically settled at this point because it's been ascertained by Rhaenys. And then we kind of get into like this very nice, very like sweet scene where they're having dinner for a split second. You see.
I think we all knew it was I was like.
Very brief.
It was going to be brief and enjoy it while it's out there because it's going to take a turn. I was sitting like Otto on my couch.
With bad hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the edge of it as well.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting for the moment where things would take a turn. And of course it came, right? We see at the beginning, we see how there's tension in the room. And for a second there, things starting to lighten up. And they start toasting each other.
Oh.
I toast you, Jazmin, and then I toast you, Louis, and everybody's toasting everybody.
But they say it in like I forgot what they say, but they all say like the same thing, like at the beginning, right?
And then Otto's clap has to be one of the worst claps in Westeros history.
Oh yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah,
it's like how I imagine Queen Elizabeth clapped.
No, I don't even think that fucking lady clapped ever.
Well, I think when she did
I think she was
it was
very hard to please.
Like your hands are made of paper skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's so delicate. And I don't always wear his gloves. For what? What is he trying to steal?
I don't know.
I don't think I've seen his hands.
What is he? O.J. Simpson? I don't know.
Oh, does he? Am I making that up? I don't know.
I would have to see.
I think he does wear gloves a lot.
I think I do remember seeing when he's putting on his gloves when he's leaving Westeros after he gets the boot from His Majesty.
Damn it, just say it. It's okay.
I'm almost out of beer. Oh, you're out of beer. Anyways, so we have a very lovely scene, and Luke, there's some tension there with Aegon. Aegon's just being a fucking asshole as he is.
For sure.
But then he kind of asks Helena to dance, and they're having a good time, and then it kind of breaks the ice a little bit.
Because he asks her to dance too, because Aegon's like, they basically are toasting the thank you. Yep. New beer being opened for all of you at home and drinking with. Chug that one and open up another one. Yeah, so they toasted to like the marriage, right? And they toasted to the marriage, and then Aegon's saying shit about like, oh, does JC, do you even know how to use it? You know, do it. Like, and he tells his soon-to-be wife,
you know where to put your cock in, all of this. And
yeah, he's like, if you ever want me to show you, you know. I
was like, do you have to roofie everyone you fuck?
I was gonna say, I'm like, you don't even seem like you bone that well.
No, he seems like he just can't wait to come himself. That's there's guys like that, I feel.
I thought you were gonna say, I know.
Yeah. and it's here's one of them. Yeah. No, but he seems like an asshole. Very selfish. He's definitely not a giving lover, I don't think.
Well, and then it starts at that point where Jace asks Elena to dance, right? Because Elena makes a dig at Aegon.
And can we talk about those dance moves?
Oh, those dance moves were so weird.
Yeah. I never seen anything like anybody dance like that. They were like, I don't even want to.
It was just,
there's not enough room in the studio to dance like they were.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. But Aegon, I mean, Elena made a dig at Aegon being like, he mostly just ignores you. That's what it's like to be married.
Yeah, that's definitely one of these.
Definitely.
Yeah, a little burn right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then that's when Jason...
And everybody laughed, including Otto was like,
Yeah, because everybody knows Aegon's kind of like a joke, right?
And then...
there's another dig that happens with Aemon, right?
Yes, but before that, Viserys takes off.
Oh yeah, he's like so happy. He's
it's
like,
not easy being drunk all the time.
You're catching yourself.
Well, because I'm doing it for the sport, but you're not catching me.
I'm not though.
You're not. Anyways, yeah, he takes off. He's feeling sick, but for a moment there, I'm happy for him because he gets the.
He takes off his mask too.
And you see. He wants them to see how he really is, and he
wants to be close to them.
And what he is gross.
He's a little cute there.
Okay, he's definitely gotten more of a zombie look going on, but
he's
missing his entire eye. It's so sad. All kidding
Do you remember
aside.
which eye?
Yeah, it's his right eye.
Yeah. It's just, if we were going to do trivia, that was the question.
Oh, yeah? It's right eye.
And you would have been, right.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Get it? Like the right eye?
Okay.
Yeah.
And he leaves, and they bring out the pig, the ham, the bacon.
Ooh.
They bring out, no, I'm kidding. So they do bring out the pig, and they put it in front of all people, in front of Aemon.
Also doesn't have an eye.
Yeah. Which eye is that one?
I feel like that one's his left.
You're correct.
Woo!
And they put it in front of Aemon, and Luke sees it and starts chuckling.
Yeah.
And if you guys remember, and I don't know if you do by now if you've been drinking, but they used to make fun of him with the pig. And that's why Luke started chuckling, because of his pig. And sure, that sets him off. And here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Finally, things are going to start to look more like House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
And he gets up and he does his toast too. Cheers to my nephews. And
such strong boys.
Well, he first calls them
he gives them all these compliments, and then he says, the strongest boys I know, or something like that.
And Jace throws a haymaker and doesn't really do much because he probably hits, I don't know, not too hard, I don't think. And then without even before Luke can do anything, Aegon just again smashes his head into the table. He doesn't even give him a chance. So the Rhaenyra's kids are just getting their asses handed to them.
Well, and then like, Daemon gets up.
Yeah, Daemon gets up and goes, stop, go away.
Well, and looks at which, like, I feel Aemon and Daemon obviously have all these parallels with each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously, I mean, they look like each other.
Yeah,
and
they
they
look
also
like they went to high school together.
They look like they're the same age.
Yeah,
Aemon looks
somehow.
older than Daemon.
Whoever's casting, I don't know, man. Fuck.
Some of them are good.
Some of them are good.
Most of them are good. You don't think? I mean, Alicent was okay. Rhaenyra was really good.
Rhaenyra and Alicent are good.
Like visually.
Yes. Other than that, who else? I guess Laenor, not
I mean,
Daemon's kids.
I think Aemon is cool. Like he looks like a Targaryen. He looks like
does, but he looks like everybody else looks 15 years
that's the
younger
only thing.
than him.
But
He's not even the oldest of Alicent's kids.
But I did hear that in the books he's supposed to be more attractive and look stronger than Aegon. But they shouldn't have made them look that way younger, right? Because they look so different.
Yeah,
younger than older, but in either
I'll
in
get
general,
past it.
Yeah. So it's fine, but they definitely like Aemon doesn't want to face off with Daemon.
I wonder if these are the kids we're gonna see for the rest of the series.
This is the last time, Joe.
That's it.
That's
okay.
it. So our cast now,
yeah,
is pretty much it from what I know.
Luke and Jace are tiny, and they had a giant dad.
But at the
don't like it.
Yeah.
And Rhaenyra's not small.
No, but does
cast bigger people? Their dad's supposed to be. Well, their dad was.
Maybe they will grow.
Look at Jon Snow.
But maybe they just
It's
made
like
him
5'5".
Maybe they just made him. Maybe they're young. I don't know how old they are, and maybe they'll grow like Arya grew up on the show.
Another inch.
But I'm just saying she grew up on the show.
Sansa grew.
Well,
just like Kareem Abdul-Sansa.
I'm just saying, like, you don't know, is all I'm saying. But I think at this point they're gonna grow up.
Yeah.
If the show is 5 more seasons, then that's 5 more years. So.
Okay. Well, we'll see, right?
We'll see.
And
then
the last scene, which is where it all goes to shit. This is why it's all going to shit. I'm telling you, people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah. The biggest misunderstanding we have. Viserys. God damn it.
Oh!
It's not easy being drunk all the time.
I was going to say it. You just didn't give me time.
Well, you were just, I don't know what you were looking at, so I figured I'd do it.
It's because you looked at me all dramatically.
Because I wanted you to hit it.
But I got it.
Okay. So we see Viserys. I ran out of drink, but I'll take some of yours. Basically, in his deathbed at this point.
It's not easy being drunk all the time.
Well, it's not easy, dude.
It's definitely not easy. And he thinks he's talking to Rhaenyra, and it's fucking like stupid Alicent.
Finishing off a prior conversation he had with her about the prophecy.
Way, she looks so much like Fiona from Shrek.
Oh, well, the outfits are.
Yeah, it's just getting more Fiona.
They're definitely Fiona.
Yeah.
Energy.
And
better than when she was first swearing. It was very like nun.
I liked her. It doesn't matter. So he thinks he's talking to Rhaenyra, and he's not. And on top of it, she gives him more milk of the poppy mixed with, I don't know, tea or whatever the fuck they're doing to him. And
they're definitely
he's telling her about the Song of Ice and Fire, about the prince that was promised, and it's she doesn't know any of this. She just hears prince that was promised, and he says Aegon.
She picks words.
But what he's trying to say is that Aegon had a dream. And then the thing that he told Rhaenyra.
Well, because Rhaenyra was asking, hey, I want to ask you if you truly believe in that prophecy, then Like, do you truly believe that it's
Yeah.
through me that my kids will, like, basically fulfill the prophecy? And he never gives her an answer because he's in so much pain. Then he's all drugged up again, and he's trying to finish that thought because he's about to die.
Mm-hmm.
And he's confirming to Rhaenyra that, yes, Aegon's prophecy, the prince that was promised, I believe it is through your reign. You should be queen for X reason. And she takes that as, oh, Aegon must be king. He's the prince that was promised, and he's the one that should be. He takes that as, like, backing out of the prior, like, you know.
But I don't blame her, and I don't like Allison.
No, it may look.
But he's just, and I get it. He's old, he's sick, and he's dying, and he's drugged up. On top of all of that, he doesn't know what the fuck he's saying. But he had plenty of time to clear things up. That's all I'm saying.
It makes sense. And then the thing is, like, right before then, I think it's important to say that Rhaenyra and Alicent had a very nice moment. They've had nice moments throughout. Like the last dinner and since then. And it seems like she was going to kind of accept the succession because her dad only throws suggestion at her. He doesn't force her to do anything.
Yeah.
She's just so far gone at this point. So, I mean, it seems like she's going to end up supporting his reign. There's not much they can do at this point. And then that whole thing threw it to shit. Right? Yeah. It kind of leads into that. And then now, episode 9, it seems like everything is going to, the war is going to start because Aerys, I mean, because the king ends up, passing away, and he sees Aemar, hallucinates that he sees Aemar or whatever, and everything seems to be coming about the war, blacks and the greens, due to a misunderstanding.
Yeah, and I think this is where we really take off on this story, and we get a glimpse of it, I think, in the preview, but let's see that this was episode 8. We have 2 more to set the tone, and before we get into that, we're gonna see how Alicent does whatever she does to kind of kick this off and try to get her own son into the Iron Throne.
Yeah, and we'll see what the people say to.
Then the real divide is gonna start happening. People are gonna pick sides, right? I think obviously the Lannisters are probably like families that we may know from the first series. If you watch the first series, we're gonna see where they fall. Like the Starks, they haven't been really around. I can't wait to see
Not
that.
Yet.
Right?
Size will be chosen. The Blackwoods, all of those people,
and that's gonna be really really cool.
Get ready for war, everyone. Next episode.
Well, I think that does.
And I think that's pretty much it. So. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining. And also, I know we didn't do shots today, but I accidentally forgot.
Oh, oops.
And I did pour us a couple shots. So, everyone, we're excited for next episode.
Yeah. And real quick, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done it already. And most importantly, guys, if you think you know somebody that likes this type of content, go ahead and share our podcast, send it to them. Text it to them, and then say, if you don't listen to this and watch this, I don't think I want to be friends with you anymore. And then just,
That's what we would do.
Yeah.
Have a good one, everyone.
Have a good one.
And also remember,
It's not easy being drunk all the time.
It sure isn't.